A very warm greetings to all my dear students. Today we are going to learn the concept of demand. We have already discussed in our live classes what are the different meanings of demand, desire and wants. Today we will see what are the different things we will learn, that is demand, that we have already defined. Demand function symbols, factors affecting demand, substitute demand, complementary goods, substitute goods, demand in case of substitute goods, complementary goods, demand schedule and demand curve, individual demand curve, market demand curve, law of demand, assumptions of law of demand, causes of downward sloping demand, exceptions to the law of demand, linear demand and movement and shifting demand. These are the related topics that we will finish today, and when we will have our live classes, then we will discuss elasticity of demand. Okay, so let us define again the demand. What is demand? As we have already defined, as demand is amount of a commodity that a consumer wanted to purchase or willing and able to purchase in the market, keeping other factors constant. Example, a consumer demands 5 kg of rice in a month at a price of rupees 40 per kg. Consumer demands 5 kg of sugar in a month at a price of rupees 40 per kg. Demand can be classified as two: individual demand, demand of an individual person, and market demand, demand of all the households, means including all the people who are demanding in the market. Okay, so demand is what? Demand is defined as the quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing and able to purchase in the market, keeping other factors constant. Okay. Now, let us talk about the demand functions. What is demand functions? Demand functions is the functional relationship between the demand for a commodity and the factors affecting demand. Means what are the factors that affects demand? When we establish relationship between demand and the factors affecting demand is termed as demand function. There are two types of demand function. First, individual demand functions and market demand functions. When we are talking about individual demand functions, what it is? It shows how demand for a commodity in the market is related to its factors. When we are talking about the factors, what are the factors that is responsible? So it is price of the commodity, price of related good, price of a commodity, price of related good, income. Here we symbolize income by Y, and taste and preference of the consumer, and future expected changes. Means if there is an increase going in terms of prices of the commodity, then also it will affect the individual demand. Okay, so when we are talking about individual demands, what are the factors that affects individual demand? Price of the commodity, price of related goods, like in case of substitute and complementary goods, income of the consumers, taste and preference of the consumer, and future expectations. Suppose in case if there is lot of rainy season and certain goods are going to be shortage and supply chains is going to be hampered or disturbed. Due to this, certain commodities may expect rise in the prices. So if a person think that the price of a commodity, let's take the example of sugar, is going to increase in coming days, then we should purchase it beforehand, before the price going to rise. Okay. Now similarly, market demand functions, it will include all the demand functions of individual along with two or three more factors. It shows how market demand for a commodity in the market is related to its determinants. Okay. So when we are talking about market demand, price of a commodity, price of related goods, income, taste and preference, future expectations in the rise of the prices. Along with that, number of population, means size of the populations matters here. Then distribution of income among the different group of the people, and season and weather, price due to season and weather. Okay. So composition of population, distribution of income, population size, means what is the composition of the populations, expectations. E is consumers' expectations regarding goods, that whether future expectations of the goods, whether the price of the commodity will increase in coming future or not, that will also affect demand. So here dx means demand of a commodity, f means functional relationship. So we have established relationship like that, dx equals to functional relationship between determinants. Okay, what are the determinants? Price of the commodity x, price of related goods, consumers' income, taste and preference of the consumers, consumers' expectations regarding goods, population size, distribution of income, composition of population. Okay, let us understand the concept or determinants in details. Price of a commodity, Px, it means when as price increases, quantity demanded falls due to decrease in the satisfaction level of the consumer. Means they need to buy more goods to satisfy their needs, right? So because the price of commodity has increased. Second, income of the consumers. Demand for a commodity is also affected by income of the consumers. However, the effect of change on demand depends on the nature of commodity under consideration. If it is necessary goods, then whatever income it may be, the people will get it at any prices by taking loans, even by borrowing from others. So let us understand this concept through two different examples. If it is given commodity that is normal goods, necessary or normal goods that we require in day-to-day life, right? They are also termed as normal goods. Then an increase in income leads to rise in its demand, while a decrease in income reduces the demand. For example, full cream milk, grains, etc. If the given commodity is an inferior goods, then increase in income reduces the demand, while a decrease in income leads to rise in demand. Example, poor quality food, goods, cereals, etc. Now, price of related goods. We'll be talking about two types of goods. Related goods means those who are related with each other, like substitute and complementary goods. Demand for the given commodity is also affected by change in the prices of the related goods. Related goods are of two types, that is substitutes goods and complementary goods. Substitutes goods are two goods that could be used for the same purpose. If the price of one good increases, then the demand for the substitute is likely to rise. Therefore, the substitute have a positive cross elasticity of demand. That cross elasticity of demand we will discuss later. Now, in case of complementary goods means the goods will be taken together. In economics, a complementary goods or complements is a good with a negative cross elasticity of demand, in contrast to a substitute good. This means a good's demand is increased when the price of another good is decreased. Conversely, the demand for a good is decreased when the price of another good is increased. Okay. Taste and preferences. Taste and preference of the consumer directly influence the demand for a commodity. They include change in fashion, customs, habits, etc. If a commodity is in fashion or is preferred by the consumers, then demand for such a commodity rises. Then expectations. If the price of a certain commodity is expected to increase in near future, then people will buy more of that commodity than what they normally buy. For example, if the price of petrol is expected to rise in future, its present demand will increase. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the factors affecting market demand, apart from all the factors that affects individual demands, there are other factors which are going to affect the demand of a particular commodity in the market, that is distribution of income. In case of equal distribution, demand from all sections of society will rise. But in case when there is distribution is not equal, some pockets are having good income and rest of the people in that particular country are having less income, then demands from all sections of the society will not be same. Okay. So another factor, that is size of population. Higher population implies greater market demand. As you know, India is the most important market for the world. Why? Because we are offering a very populated, very demanding market to the world. Very large market is available for the product, and that is why by focusing on more of productions also we can generate income for our country. And another factors that affects demand is composition of population. If population of a country has greater percentage of youth, then market demand for branded clothes, bike, etc. rises, because the youth will prefer more of branded clothes, bike, etc. Now, let us see in case of substitute goods. Suppose the price of a Coca-Cola rises from P1. Price of a Coca-Cola rises from P1 to P2 because one of the input rises in the prices. This would cause people to consume less Coke. Quantity decreases from earlier when price was P1, the demand was Q1. Okay, quantity demanded was Q1. When price increases, the quantity demanded reduces, that is Q2. For the substitute goods, Pepsi, the demand curve shift out for the all price labels from D to D dash, leading to more of the substitute goods consumed. Means if a person If a price of Coca-Cola increases, then demand for Pepsi will increase, not the Coca-Cola. Although you may not find this type of situation in the market, because Coca-Cola and Pepsi are having products available in the market at the same price only. Now let us see in case of complementary goods. Effect of demand curve due to increase in the price of complementary goods. Suppose price of tea is P, and when demand of tea in units, earlier when the price of tea increases, what happens? The demand of tea reduces, and complementary goods, the demand for sugar will also reduce. Demand curve of given commodity tea shift towards left from D to D1 due to increase in the price of complementary goods, sugar at the same price of OP. If the sugar price increases, then demand for price of tea decrease. Demand curve will shift, that is, there will be decrease in the demand at the same price. Okay, but it will be better to consider the case in terms of complementary goods, petrol and petrol car. Demand schedule and demand curve, what it is? The tabular presentation of price and quantity demanded is called demand schedule, and a demand curve is the graphical representation of the demand schedule. It is of two types. First, individual demand schedule and its curve, and market demand schedule and its curve. So it is, when we are talking about individual demand schedule, let us draw at point A, B, C, D, E. Price was 50 paise, then the quantity demanded was 7. When price was 1, the quantity demanded reduces to 5. Similarly, when price was 1.5, the demand of that particular commodity reduces to 3.5. When we will plot the graph between price of a commodity and quantity of a commodity, then we will see this type of slope. Demand curve will represent like this. Okay, this is individual demand. And when we are talking about market demand, where all the individual demand will be taken into consideration, then what will be the situation and what will be the conditions? When price was 4, the demand of a commodity was 1 for A. A demanded 1 quantity, B demanded 1 quantity, C demanded 3 quantities. When price reduces to 3, the demand increases. A has demanded 2, B 3 and C 5. Similarly, when you will talk about the market demand, we will add all the demands of different individuals. So 1 plus 1 plus 3, that is 5. 2 plus 3 plus 5, that is 10. 3 plus 5 plus 7, that is 15. And 5 plus 9 plus 10, that is 24. So this is individual demand for A, for B, for C, and then market demand. Market demand is more flatter because it has included all the demands of the individuals. Now let us talk about the law of demand. What is law of demand? The law of demand states that other factors being constant, sometimes it is considered as ceteris paribus. It is a term, it is a Greek term that is used, being constant. Price and quantity demanded of any good and services are inversely related to each other. When the price of a product increases, that is what? When the price of a commodity increases, the demand for same product will fall. Means when there is a rise in the prices, the demand for that particular commodity will decrease. So here it is seen in case of demand curve. Demand curve will always be drawn like this. It is downward sloping. Okay, from y axis to x axis. Demand curve will be like this. What does this law means? When price of a commodity increases, the demand for commodity decreases. Demand schedule 5, quantity 100, 20, 200, 300, 400, 500. When price increases, price was more, the quantity demanded was less, and when price becomes less, the quantity demanded becomes high. What are the assumptions that is there with the law of demand? We may consider various policies, various law of economics on certain basis, on certain assumptions. If assumptions are not there, that particular law will not be a valid one. So assumptions of law: taste and preference of the consumers remain constant. There is no change in the income of the consumers. Price of related good do not change. No expectations of further changes in the supply of a commodity. Means commodity supply will remain same in future also. No change in the distribution of income. No change in population. So these are the assumptions of law of demand. Okay. Now, why law of demand is downward sloping? It is because of law of diminishing marginal utility. For what it is? For every additional unit to be purchased, the consumer is willing to pay less price. For every additional unit to be purchased, the consumer is willing to pay less price. It has two kind of a effect, we can say the important effect, like income effect change. Change in own price of a commodity causes a change in the real income of the consumers. First. Second, substitution effect. It refers to the substitution of one commodity for the other when one becomes relatively cheaper due to change in the relative prices. And what are the other factors that causes for downward sloping of demand curve? Size of consumer groups. When price of a commodity falls, it attracts new buyers who can afford to buy it. Hence, quantity demanded rises. And different uses. Example, milk is used for making curd, cheese and butter. So if its price falls, the demand for milk will expand. Okay, so different uses of a commodity affects or causes the downward sloping of the demand curve. Size of the consumer group, substitution effect, income effect. All these affects the downwards or causes the downward sloping demand curve. And one another factor, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. What are the exceptions of law of demand? There are certain exceptions which are not operated as per the law of demand. What is the law of demand? When price of a commodity increases, the demand of that particular commodity decreases. But there are certain exceptions. What are the exceptions? It is seen in case of given goods. What is given goods? A good where higher price causes an increase in the demand, reversing the usual law of demand. The increase in demand is due to the income effect of the higher price outweighing the substitution effect. The idea is that if you are very poor and the price of your basic stuffs like bread increases, then you cannot afford to more expensive alternative food like meat. Therefore, you end up buying more bread because it is the only things that you can afford. So you end up buying more breads because it is the only things that you can afford. So it is against the law of demand, that is, the increase in demand is due to income effect of the consumers, higher price outweighing the substitution effect. Okay, the idea is that very poor and the price of your basic stuffs increases, then you cannot afford to the more expensive alternative food. Therefore you end up buying more breads because it is the only things you can afford. So there will be change in terms of purchase of the necessary goods, that is important goods. You will sacrifice less of meat, you will keep on buying the same quantity. Exceptions to the law of demand: it is also in case of conspicuous consumptions or Veblen goods. What are these types of goods? The law of demand will not apply in case of costly items. Veblen means luxurious items, costly items such as diamond. These commodities will be demanded even if the price have gone up very high. Conspicuous necessities: certain commodities are necessities, so even if their price rises, the demand does not fall, like automobiles. Ignorance: future expectations of the prices and necessities. Law of demand does not apply on necessities such as medicine, salt, flour, etc. When we are talking about ignorance, when consumer is not aware about the competitive price of the commodity, he may purchase more of it even at higher prices. Future expectations also, it is against the law of demand, because even if the price is more and the consumer thinks that in future the price of a commodity is going to increase, they will go for purchase. Linear demand curve. A linear demand curve can be written as dP, that is equals to A minus BP. A minus BP. And that we will discuss later because it will not be understood by you right now. So we will skip this part now. We will cover it again when we will be dealing with elasticity of demand. Movement along the demand curve or change in quantity demanded. It is very important concept. Many times the question has been asked from this topic. There are two types of situation. One is movement along the demand curve or change in quantity demanded, and also change in quantity demanded. So what it is? There are two situations: change in quantity demanded and change in demand. So when there is change in quantity demanded, there is movement, and when there is change in demand, there will be shift. Okay, so when we are talking about movement along the demand curve or change in quantity demanded, very important, change in quantity demanded. Change in quantity demanded is caused by change in price of the goods. Change in quantity demanded caused by change in price of the goods, keeping other factors constant. Here you can see price was P1. When price increases, the demand decreases, and when price decreases, the demand increases. Okay, so here what we can see, when price was P1, the demand expanded that is expansions took place, and when price decreases, the contractions took place. Okay, so this is what the movement, and movement will always be there because of change in the price of commodity, change in quantity demanded. Okay, now let us talk about shift in demand curve or change in demand. A shift in the demand curve is caused by the change in factors other than the price of the goods. Means the price of a good will remain same. Okay. Only due to other factors, the price of a commodity will increase, or other factors, the demand of a commodity will be different. Like suppose when price was P, then quantity demanded here and here are different. Okay, so it has not been drawn perfectly, but you can understood. Suppose the price was Q and it has seen Q2 and here Q, here Q3. Okay, so when price was P and quantity demanded was Q1, we have drawn the demand curve. But when due to other factors than the prices, the demand of that particular commodity increases, then there is shift in the demand curve from D to D1. And when price of a commodity demanded or price remains same and quantity demanded reduces due to other factors than the prices, then there will be shift in demand curve from D to D2. Okay, and when we are talking about shift in demand curve or change in demand curve, it is not the price that affects the shift, it is other factors than price affect the shift. So when we can see that at the same price, when quantity demanded increases, the demand curve will shift towards right, and when at the same price the quantity demanded reduces, it will shift towards left. Thank you and have a